Hello viewers and welcome to another video. This time I'm moving along with the mix of my song and I'm gonna be mixing the wah-wah guitars today. So I thought I'd take you on a journey with me as usual and just show you what I'm doing. I just also want to say something before I get going. That sometimes when I show you what I've done, I will go back and maybe tweak a couple of things, when I listen back to the mix again. But the overall structure of what I'm doing remains the same. But it's just to refine, sort of fine tune certain aspects, So I sometimes do that afterwards. But overall what I show in these videos is basically how I mix and mostly how I leave things afterwards. So if you've not subscribed to my channel yet and you are here for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. So let's get going. I'm gonna share my screen with you as usual and start the tutorial slash showing you how I'm working with my own song. So this is again the same song. I'm just doing all the initial mixing with this song, and I will be then sort of using the settings that I've saved here and applying them onto my other songs. So this is the Self Rediscovery, like I said previously, from my upcoming album. And today I'm gonna be focusing on the wah-wah guitars specifically. So essentially I'm gonna be focusing on these two tracks here, track number 5 and track number 6. So before I do that, I'm just gonna play to you the track so you can hear what it sounds like. So there you go, that's the beginning of the song, and to be honest, those are the main parts that you've just heard there, those wah-wah guitar parts. So let me just solo them and listen to them in isolation. So yeah, there you go. So what we need to do first and foremost, as with anything else, I'm just gonna be following a very similar procedure. So I am going to apply a plugin chain, and I'm just gonna solo one of them for starters, only because in this particular DAW I've only got 4 buses actually available to me. Perhaps one day I will upgrade and I will have more. But the issue with that is I've already got my bass on the bus B, and I've got my guitars, the clean guitars, on the bus A. And I've got the wah-wah guitars, and I've also got the distorted guitars and the vocals. So I've got 2 remaining buses, but because the distorted guitars take up more tracks than the wah-wah guitars, I've decided that it would be more reasonable to leave a bus for them and then the last bus for the vocals. So that's basically the reason why I'm doing it this way. So let's just dive into the plugin chain. So I've just got some audio restoration here already, but that's just because I had some pops going on before, unfortunately, on this track, but I've just eliminated them basically by using this. So this is just there for that purpose, so I'm not gonna change that. and I'm just gonna be adding more items to this. But before I actually do that, let me just yeah, so there's already some noise gate applied by this, by the way. So let's just listen to this before we move any further. So I'm just listening to any sort of unwanted noise, really. So I might actually use a noise gate, just a little noise gate on here. Let me see if that does anything to it. For sure, but it's cutting too much at the moment. Let me see what... No. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm just gonna leave that here just to make sure that, and I'm just gonna put that as a first item on this plugin chain. Yeah, I can just hear now that there's basically no noise coming out of that guitar, except for when it's actually engaged and played. So that's the first thing. The second thing I'm gonna do is the standard process of EQing. So first and foremost, I'm gonna go to my EQ plugin here and just apply exactly the same amount of EQing here, what I did to my other tracks. So on this particular band, I'm gonna apply the high pass filter, and this is gonna be at 80 hertz, and similarly at the other end, I'm just gonna apply this high pass filter at 10 kilohertz. So let me just do that. Let me just check that. Yeah, that's fine. So now the second thing, and let me just actually what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit, so just I can hear this a little bit better. Right, the next function that I'm gonna use is another EQ, and this is the same thing that I did in the previous videos, and it's just looking for those unwanted frequencies and the harshness, anything that sticks out and you don't really want to have in your sound. So the same principle will apply here. Obviously now we have the wah-wah pedal, so that kind of adds extra transients and things going up and down, because that's the natural thing what the sort of wah-wah pedal actually does to the sound. So we just need to make sure that that any harshness from that sound is eliminated. So let's just try and see what we can do here. Okay, so let's try and cut that one down by 15 decibels. Okay, so let's go to the next one and see. Okay, so there's some unwanted sort of really high pitch noise in that particular frequency. On the last one. There's another one. So let's cut that down. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that, so I'm just gonna leave it at those particular cuts. Now the last thing that I want to do here is to use some compression. So let's go to my Kotelnikov compressor, and I'm just gonna be, the way I'm gonna use the compressor is basically I'm just going to go to the highest threshold possible, or the lowest threshold possible even, and build from there. So basically listening in to what the guitar will sound like when I apply it. So let's just have a listen, and because that way when you use that method you can actually pick out all the subtle changes that are happening as you are adding different attack, release, and your ratio, so I'm just gonna go for that and analyze what's going on here. So firstly let me just add some gain here. So you can hear, for example, now as I've added more attack, or sort of slower attack rather, it's got like a really harsh impact on the sound, and this is definitely not what we want. So let me back that off. I think that sounds decent. Let's listen to this. Yeah, see, that's getting squashed, for example, now. Okay, let's check the knee. Yeah. Hang on, let me just listen to it with it and without it. Yeah, so now what we're gonna do is back off that threshold. I think I'm gonna leave it at that -35. And then compensate. got the loss of volume. So now we need to get that gain down. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that. Just to see if we need anything else. Actually, I'm wondering whether a reverb, if I add a similar reverb to what I had in my other tracks. Just gonna see how that sounds. I think that was the spatial widening. Yeah, I think that sounds nice. Definitely adds something to it. Let me just see if I place this compressor ahead of the EQ. Right, let's listen to it all with the entire mix. In fact, before I do that, let me just save this preset. So this is wah guitar plugin chain. So let me save that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply the same setup on my other wah guitar track. So this is the one. And now we've got both of them engaged under the same setting. So let's listen to the entire song from the beginning. Right, okay, before I do that, we need drums, don't we? Yeah, I think that's a visible improvement, or however you want to say it about the sound. Noticeable improvement. However, what I'm gonna do as well is I'm actually going to turn these down. Actually, this one was already at turned down quite a lot, because actually what I don't want is to have this wah pedal guitar in front of the mix. I just kind of want this to sit in the background. So let's just play that again. Yeah, that's much nicer, I think. Right. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, and I think this is it for today's video. So thank you very much for watching. As always, remember to subscribe to my channel and also hit that bell button, because that way you will be notified every time I post a new video. So I will see you next time.